What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving into something that's been blowing up online. The idea that Justin Bieber basically used his time at Coachella to show YouTube videos. Yeah, not perform, not surprise drop new music, just videos.
And if that sounds weird to you, you're not alone. People had a lot to say about it. Some are calling it lazy, some are calling it artistic, and others are just confused.
Confused is the word because when you think Coachella, you think massive performances, iconic moments, Beyoncé-level energy, not pressing play on a video.
Right, Coachella is basically the Super Bowl of live music festivals. It's where artists go to prove something.
Exactly.
So when someone like Bieber, who absolutely has the catalog, the fan base, the stage presence, doesn't do that, it raises questions.
So let's break it down. The narrative going around is that Justin basically used his time at Coachella to show YouTube videos.
Now, to be fair, we should say, artists experimenting with visuals isn't new. Plenty of performers incorporate video into their sets. But the difference here is the balance. People felt like the live performance element took a backseat.
Exactly. It's not that visuals are bad, they're great. But when fans are expecting you, your voice, your energy, and instead they're watching a screen, that's where the disconnect happens.
And expectations matter. Bieber isn't some underground experimental artist. He's one of the biggest pop stars of his generation. People expect a certain level of engagement.
All right, so let's get into the why, because I don't think this was random. Bieber didn't just wake up and go, you know what, let me hit play on some videos and call it a day.
No, there are a few possibilities here. One is artistic direction. Maybe he's trying to shift how people experience his work. Less about him as a performer, more about the message or the visuals.
That's the generous take.
It is, but it's valid. Artists evolved. Sometimes they intentionally break expectations.
Or, and hear me out, maybe he just didn't want to perform. Maybe he wasn't in that headspace.
That's another angle. Bieber has been open in the past about mental health, burnout, and pressures of fame. It's possible this was a way to still be present without fully committing to a high-energy performance.
Which, if that's the case, I actually respect. But then the question becomes, should you take that slot at all?
Exactly, because Coachella isn't just any stage, it's a commitment to the audience.
Let's talk about the fans, because they did not hold back.
Not at all. Social media was split. Some people were defending him, saying it was creative, different, even ahead of its time.
And others were like, I paid how much for this?
Right, and that's the core issue. Value. Fans feel like they're investing in an experience. If that experience doesn't match expectations, there's going to be backlash.
It's like going to a concert and getting a TED Talk instead. Maybe it's interesting, but it's not what you signed up for.
That's a perfect analogy. And expectations are even higher at a festival like Coachella, where every set is competing for attention.
Here's a bigger question. Is this a one-off thing, or are we seeing a shift in what live performance even means?
That's a really interesting point. Technology is changing everything. We've got holograms, AI visuals, immersive experiences. The definition of live is evolving.
But there's a line, right? Because at some point, if there's no real-time performance, is it even a concert anymore?
That's the debate. Some people would argue that as long as there's intention and artistry, it counts. Others would say the human element is non-negotiable.
I'm in that second camp. I want to feel like something is happening right now, not just being played back.
And I think most fans would agree. There's something irreplaceable about live energy, the imperfections, the spontaneity, the connection.
Let's zoom out for a second. Bieber's been in the game for a long time. He's not a new artist trying to prove himself.
Exactly. He's at a point in his career where he can take risks. And sometimes taking risks means doing something people don't immediately understand.
Or don't like.
Right, but not every risk pays off. And that's okay. It's part of being an artist.
The question is whether this was a meaningful risk or just a misstep.
And that's subjective. Some people might look back and say, that was the moment he started redefining live shows. Others will say, that was the moment he lost the crowd.
All right, let's put it on the table. My take, I think it missed a mark. I get the idea, I respect experimentation, but Coachella is not the place to dial it back that much.
I'm a little more in the middle. I think the concept could have worked if it was balanced better, if the videos complemented a strong live performance instead of replacing it.
Exactly, it's about balance.
Because at the end of the day, people came to see Justin Bieber, not a playlist.
That's the headline right there.
So, what does this mean going forward? Do you think this changes how Bieber approaches live performances?
I think he'll adjust. He's too experienced not to. He pays attention to feedback, and this definitely got people talking.
And sometimes controversy can be useful. It keeps you relevant, sparks conversation, and pushes boundaries.
True, and let's be honest, we're talking about it right now.
Exactly.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Let us know what you think. Was this a bold artistic move or total miss?
And if you were there, we definitely want to hear your experience. Did it feel different in person?
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you next time.